And welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Sorry, my computer seems to be having issues here, but I think we're okay now. Welcome on in to the baseball show. Yes, playoff hockey starts tonight, so everybody is preoccupied with that, but we still have baseball, and there is 6 games that are going on tonight. So I have all 6 broken down. One game, Tim and Nick won't be really discussing much, but that's because they have a pick on their site. If you want to find their pick, earlsportsbets.com, and you can find that pick. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's a good one. So we'll just jump right into the first game, which is the game they won't be talking about. But me and Occupancy will break it down. Arizona is in Miami, plus 140 for the Diamondbacks. Minus 160 for the Marlins here, a total of 6.5. The Marlins have made me some money as of late, and their best pitcher, I think it's fair to say, is on the mound today, Lopez. But on the other side for Arizona, Gallen has pitched pretty well as well. So I think it should be somewhat of a close game, but I like Miami here. I have them. Sorry, 1 second here. I have them minus a half in the first half at plus 100. So I do think they're leading after 5 innings, but I don't think it's a blowout. But I do like Miami in the spot. Occupancy, Diamondbacks, and Marlins. Any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, what's going on, Terry? What's going on, everybody? Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We're happy to talk about baseball as much as we can, and show could definitely use the support we can get. So happy Monday, and let's look at some baseball and try to make some money. So I like this Miami team. We looked at them at the beginning of the season, and they were a trending up team that we scoped out. So all season we've been looking to back them on the money line. They're having, like Terry said, their ace on the mound, Pablo Lopez. They're currently 8th in the majors in batting against average. So they're holding their opposing batters to a 222 batting average, and that's among some of the better pitching teams in the league. So anytime you see some of those stats in your favor as a team stat, and then you're getting Pablo on the mound as well. I like them at home too. They played really well on their last couple of games. That series with Seattle. I mean, they won the series, and I continue back Seattle when I can. So this is 2 teams. The Diamondbacks are frauds. Zach Gallen is a fine pitcher, and the Diamondbacks I don't think are a winning baseball team this year. So if this is the difference between making some money off this game or not, I'm gonna have to be going with the Marlins straight up and at minus 1.5. Allocate your units accordingly, but I'm looking to back Miami in all those capacities tonight for this game.
All right. We'll move on along to the next one. Minnesota is in Baltimore, minus 145 for the Twins, plus 125 for the Orioles. It's Paddock against Wells in this matchup. Baltimore is Baltimore. Their pitching isn't good. They're just overall not a good team. The Twins have been kind of surprising people. They surprised me. They're 13-9, currently leading the division. Paddock has allowed 1, 2, and 3 earned runs in his last in the 3 games he's played in. Gone around 5 innings, 1 walk. So he's not letting in a whole bunch of runs. He's not really walking anybody. He's striking people out, but he hasn't had much luck here so far. Now he's facing Baltimore, and I think this is a perfect spot for him. What I did here is I took the Twins team total over 4.5, plus 115. I really like how their offense has been going, and it's Baltimore's pitching. I think they could probably score 5 just on Wells himself. So I'll take the Twins team total over 4.5, and then I also have the Twins money line in my parlay, which I'll give out now. So Miami, which we discussed already, Minnesota, and the third game is the New York Mets, which we'll get to later. That's my 3-gamer there. I like the Twins, but I like the Twins to score some runs. Tim, Twins and Orioles, what do you think here?
Yeah, I will be one of the ones to say I'm a little bit surprised on this Twins team right now. I'm going to call them the hottest team in baseball at the moment, them and the Yankees. But they've won 9 out of their last 10 games, and they didn't play cupcake teams like the Yankees have. They took 2 out of 3 from Tampa Bay, which is a strong team. They swept Detroit, I guess, and then the White Sox. Yeah, okay. Maybe I take back what I said, but no, this is one of the better teams that are one of the hotter teams that are playing right now. They've won 9 out of their last 10 games, and now they're against Baltimore, who is not a good team. Baltimore is coming off of winning 2 out of 3 against Boston, but Boston's been a big disappointment this year to start it off. I think this is where Minnesota can continue to grow the lead in the division. I still think the AL Central is the worst division in baseball, so. They have a shot to win it, but it's Twins run line for me in this game. I grabbed them at that price at plus 110.
All right. Occupancy, Twins and Orioles. I know you were on the Twins the other day, and they cashed for you. Are you going back to them today?
Yes. I like the Twins team. They got some former Yankees it's nice to see them still doing well. And they're playing exciting baseball. Cash a ticket with them yesterday. I don't know if any of you were on them. But I liked how they were playing tight against Tampa. Even though they lost a few, it wasn't all, sweep type series. But I still like this Minnesota team. Taking a look at their pitchers. Zimmerman is the only reason why I didn't go a bigger unit on this play, Terry. I parlayed the Minnesota minus 1.5 on a smaller ticket. Because I like them to win the game as well, but I'm not willing to put too much money against Zimmerman because of what I've been hearing about him.
It's Alexander Wells for Baltimore today.
Oh, I'm on the wrong day?
Yeah, it's not Zimmerman.
Oh, the model is for tomorrow's slate, by the way. We fixed that.
Okay. Well, then I have tomorrow there for us. So I'll be back. I'll be back in Baltimore tomorrow. But anyway, I'm fine with that Minnesota minus 1.5 I have in the parlay. So as long as St. Louis covers, which, let's see, bottom of the 8th, 1 batter on, so they might or might not. So if that ticket, it just struck out.
Yep. Going to the top of the 9th, 1-0 Cardinals. They score a run in the first and then nothing else. There goes the run line.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, we got Paddock and Wells here for this game. Yeah, this will be a pass. I took my one shot with them with a minus 1.5. And you know what? If I can get in, I can't get in on the money line right now. So I'll just end up passing on this. And this is the problem with honestly doing your picks beforehand. Because whether all this stuff comes up and if you lock in your ticket, I mean, I know some books you can't cash out, but if you put a bunch of your picks in beforehand, stuff can kind of come up. So I don't put every pick in before because like if a parlay ticket doesn't cash, then I got to go back and put them back in. So, if I could tweet out some stuff, if I do put out tickets like that, but I can't bet every game before. So.
All right, Nick.
Yeah, I did take the Twins in this matchup here. I like Paddock. Better than what we said. Wells is on the mound here. Yeah, I've already looked at tomorrow's slate, so I'm trying to remember who's pitching today. Against Wells. And yeah, I definitely favor Minnesota in this side here offensively as well. So yeah, I end up taking them first 5 -0.5 at -110 because I do like Baltimore's bullpen just a little bit more than Minnesota's. Baltimore's been actually kind of sneaky pitching this year, where they're 3.77 team ERA, which is not terrible. And offensively, they've not been great. So, I took Minnesota first 5 run line in this one, expecting Paddock to have a decent start, shut down the O's, which their offense with the way the O's offense is going shouldn't be that difficult. So, Twins first 5 run line here at -110.
All right. I'm moving along here to the next one. The New York Yankees, who were -120, now -116. At Toronto, who was +100, now -102. A total of 8.5, -110 each way here. The Yankees have been super hot as of late, but you do have to look at who they played against, which was Baltimore, Kansas City,
Cleveland.
and one other Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland. So really, the Yankees haven't really faced anybody that good as of late. Now they're going to face Toronto in Toronto, and I think this is the biggest test they've had in their winning streak. Montgomery versus Stripling. Probably a slight edge to Montgomery there, but Stripling can pitch very well at times. He's a pretty good pitcher. Montgomery's pitched very well this year, but I think the Jays are going to hit him a bit. I think the Jays are going to win. At plus money, I got them at -103. I like the Jays here. Tim, Yankees and Blue Jays, what do you think here?
Yeah, I didn't go after this one. This Yankees team has been red hot. And I know they've been playing bad teams, but they've been hitting. They've been putting up runs. Their middle of their batting order has been actually doing stuff, which sucks because I don't like the Yankees. But if I'm going to go and fade a team that has a 9-game winning streak, I would like a little bit more than even money. If Toronto was like plus 120, 25 area, then I could jump on them. But at even money, I can't do it. Tomorrow, I will be on Toronto tomorrow when Alek Manoah is on the mound, but not today when it's Stripling. I don't trust Jordan Montgomery, but this is just not a spot that I'm willing to jump in front of the Yankee train at the moment. So I'm going to be passing on this game.
All right. Yeah, I don't blame you with Manoah. He's pitched very well against the Yankees, but he pitches well against everybody. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Occupancy, Yanks and Blue Jays. What do you think happens here?
I think if you're betting this game, you should call 1-800-GAMBLER. It's a coin toss. It's going to the roulette table. I don't see an edge personally, and I don't pay the price or the juice with Montgomery. I'm happy to do it with some of the other pitchers, but they're a very expensive team, and I have to choose when I can afford to back them. And I'm still on a budget, bankroll management and stuff. I can't go and spend this kind of money with Montgomery. I don't do it.
All right. Nick, Yanks and Blue Jays?
Yeah, I took Montgomery completely out of the equation with my play here. I took the Yankees team total over 4, which was a -120 when I got around to it. This is a spot here where I expect the Yankees, they have been scoring runs lately, and I expect them to get some hits here. And I expect them to score some runs. I don't think asking for 4 runs is that difficult. They have done it. They've put up at least 4 runs in 8 of the 9 games in their win streak here. And this offense has been clicking a little bit better. We've seen what Aaron Judge has been doing lately. He's been hitting really well. We've seen a few of that lineup's just clicking right now. And I expect at least 4 runs from the Yankees tonight. I'm hoping 5 to cash the ticket, but 4 is a push, 5 is a win. I think we see like a 6-5 type of game. I'll lean towards an over in this game as well. But I took the Yankees team total.
All right. Nathan, be careful with this one. The Jays have been playing a lot of one-run games. I'm sure Nick and Tim, who have been on their puck line a few times, or run line, can attest to that. They've been playing a lot of one-run games. So I'd be careful with the buy too. But
also, unders have been very good with Toronto, surprisingly, this year. So I figured I'd throw that one out there too.
All right. Moving along here to the next one, the Braves minus 105 are in New York facing the Mets, who are minus 115, a total 6.5 in this one. It's Max Fried against Bassett here. Fried has pitched pretty well his last 3 games, 2 wins and a loss, 1 earned run, 0 earned run, 2 earned runs. He hasn't walked anybody in those 3 games. Pitching pretty well, but this Mets team has been playing very well as well. I think better than the Braves. Bassett coming off an excellent start in St. Louis. No earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 hits, and 6 innings. The game before that, he did get smashed by San Francisco, but he's pitched pretty well. It seems like he either pitches really well or bad in that one start. But I think he'll pitch pretty well here, and I think the Mets will get the win. I took the Mets full game minus 115, and then I also have them in that parlay that I discussed earlier: Miami, Minnesota, and the Mets, all on the money line plus 413. So I like the Mets here. Tim, Braves and Mets. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, real quick with Bassett, that one Giant game where he allowed 5 earned runs, it was a really bad first inning, and then 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and then he kind of settled down and ended up going 6 innings in that one and kind of riding the ship a little bit. But no, Bassett's been really good this year. Max Fried Chicken on the other side has been doing pretty much the same thing that Bassett's been doing, where he had 1 bad start where he allowed 5 earned runs, and the rest of them have just been stellar. There's a reason why this total is at a 6.5, and I could see this one being a 4-2 type game. This is one spot where I didn't go after the Mets because they just played a Sunday night baseball game. They won against one of their biggest rivals right now in the Phillies. So this could be a little bit of I don't want to say a letdown spot this early in the year, but coming off of a Sunday night game, I normally try to not bet those teams, especially if they play that Monday. So I kind of stayed away from this game. Didn't bet it. Could be rooting for the Mets, but I didn't put any money on this game.
All right. See, I think if the Mets are facing a team like Detroit or Baltimore or somebody, then I could see the letdown because it's a team that they don't really care about. But the Braves is another division rival who I think they'll step up. I think they'll come out to play here. So go Mets.
I hope so.
Yeah. Braves and Mets. What do you think here?
Yeah, I tried to watch and listen to a bunch of Braves baseball this weekend just to keep up, and they're not hitting. We were talking about this earlier on a think tank, and I don't think Acuna is seeing the pitches right, and he's kind of used to the way the new MLB is. It's changed a tiny bit, and I think some of those adjustments actually do matter. So I'm not looking to back Atlanta until they prove it. But like Tim said, this is coming off the Sunday night baseball game, and I'm not necessarily rushing for the Mets today, but tomorrow I think will be a good day for them if you do like them. I don't know what kind of price we'll be getting, and this is an attractive price too. And I still think the Mets are the winning baseball team in this game. Just if we have the tomorrow to look ahead, and I don't know. There's some other games on this slate that I would go for like a different type of single play. But still, yeah, hopefully a good baseball game too. So.
All right, Nick, are you with me on the Mets? What do you think here, Braves and Mets?
Yeah, I feel like I have a decent read on this Mets team because it's probably the team I know best in the MLB. Not probably. It is the team I know best because I've been following this team since I was like 6. But yeah, this is a spot here where I'm going to say tread lightly on the Mets. I don't like them in this spot. I like Max Fried more than I like Chris Bassett. And we do have the Braves coming in after a bad series loss against the Rangers in their last one here. They got Acuna back, and I feel like he's going to start getting adjusted back into this lineup here. I think the Mets are the better team, but situationally, I took the Braves in the first 5. And I think this is the first time I'm fading the Mets this year. And I will in certain spots that I just don't like them, or I think that it's rare that the Mets don't have the pitching advantage the way the starting rotation is this season. And I think that they just don't have the pitching advantage tonight with Chris Bassett on the mound compared to Max Fried. So I only took the first 5 innings. I still think the Mets can win this full game. But first 5 innings, I took the Braves in the spot at -110.
All right. Moving on along to this one, Seattle +120. As in Houston, -140, a total 8.5 here. It is Odorizzi for the Astros, Gonzalez for Seattle. And this one, I don't really have a lot of opinion on these last 2 games. I like the earlier games a lot more. But I think there's a starting pitcher advantage here with Seattle. Gonzalez has pitched pretty well this year. Odorizzi, he was good his last game against Texas, but he did get smashed. He lost 0.2 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 walks against the Angels, and then he lasted 4 innings against the Seattle team, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. So he hasn't pitched very well, and he did not do well in the last game here against Seattle. So I'm leaning Seattle, and the more I talk about it, I'm kind of liking Seattle even more. Houston does hit lefties good, right? Or they did last year
Lefties.
at least.
Yeah, Houston hits lefties.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that kind of keeps me is that Gonzalez is a lefty, but I don't know. The more I think about it, I'm very tempted on the Seattle team, and I may add their money line before the end of the show. What do you think, Tim? Mariners and Astros.
I think I'm getting plus money to fade Jake Odorizzi. And even I can hit his fastball. No, this is it's a joke that's gone back to last year with me, Nick, and Allie that we could hit Jake Odorizzi's fastball. No, I don't like him. I don't like Odorizzi. I'm very happy that a couple of years ago he ended up going to the Astros instead of going to New York, because I know the Mets were interested in him. He's been horrible. Marco Gonzalez, as long as he goes at least 3 innings, he should be fine. There was 2 starts that he went 0.1 and 2. The 0.1 because he got injured. The 2 because he couldn't, stop walking people and allowing hits. But the other starts, he's been pretty solid. 3 earned runs, 10 hits in the other 11 and 2/3 innings. I think he's going to be able to do enough to slow down this Houston offense, who is hitting one of the worst in the league at the moment. Their team batting average, I believe, is like 214, which is bottom 5 in the league. So this is not a team I want to go after. It's 100% taking Seattle tonight for me.
All right, I like it. Occupancy, you're wearing your Seattle hat. Is that a sign of things to come here?
Yeah, Terry, it is a sign of things to come for today and most likely until September. When I look at baseball as an investment, there are some stats out there on backing a team on the money line each game. Seattle, there were only 10 teams last year that, because of the way things are priced, so for people like just getting into baseball and stuff, you can't bet every team on the money line because some they're favored and more and et cetera. And you got to sometimes take a run and a half with a team or something. But for just money line wagers, over in the Seattle Houston game, I'm not I didn't actually get to a total in that one, but I'm just here looking to back the Seattle Mariners. There were only 10 teams last year to do it, and right now Seattle is actually like right around the cutoff point. So they've lost a couple games in a row, and they could quickly fall into a team that is not profitable to back anymore. And if they do not, then you kind of got to say, okay, well, are they a team like that maybe is just not going to have a good, same kind of year as last year? But then obviously this year right now, the teams you're looking at are, Mets, Toronto, Colorado, San Francisco, Milwaukee. Uh, so you got if you want to do this money line kind of all season type thing, you kind of got to be paying attention to this stuff. So I'll be on Seattle money line tonight. I got that at plus 117.
All right. Nick, Mariners and Astros. What do you think here?
Operation Fade Joker Jake Odorizzi is in effect for tonight. I have the team total over for the Seattle Mariners at 3.5. I got it at minus 135. I believe it's around minus 150 now. And I got the full game over 8.5 in this one as well. Whenever I see Jake Odorizzi's name on the card, I usually look to back the other team in some way, shape, or form, usually a team total, because Jake Odorizzi walks a lot of batters. He's just looked horrible as of late, and he's just one of those pitchers I'm always looking to fade. So I expect runs in this game. I don't trust Marco Gonzalez enough to take the Mariners on the money line in this one here, because I know the Astros can hit lefties a little bit here. That's why I like the full game over as well, because I do think Houston will contribute to that. So I did go Seattle Mariners team total over 3.5 and the full game over 8.5 in this spot.
Perfect. Well, you answered Dana's question here because he asked if you guys like the over. So Nick does. And yeah, I would lean that way as well. We'll move on along here to the final baseball game of the night. Tampa minus 155 is in Oakland, plus 135. And this one, Tampa 12-10, Oakland 10-2. Jeffries has lost his last 3 starts. 5 earned runs in the last one against San Francisco, 0 earned runs in the last one, or the one before that against Baltimore, and 2 earned runs against Toronto. So other than the San Francisco game, he hasn't really been getting hit that much runs-wise. Hits, other than he had 0 in the Baltimore game, and he had 3 in the Baltimore game, 7 against Toronto, 4 against San Francisco. I kind of lean Oakland here, but I'm not getting to this game. I think there's other spots on the board. Rasmussen, he won his last game against Seattle, but lost to the White Sox, and we know what the White Sox are doing as of late, and didn't do that well against the Cubs either. So this one is ultimately a pass for me, but I would lean on the Oakland side. Tim, Rays in Oakland, what do you think here?
Yeah, last game of the night, and I didn't bet this one either. It would be a lean towards the under, if anything. I know it's a 6.5, and that might seem very scary to do. But it's that low for a reason. It's because Tampa Bay's offense has not really been all there, and neither has Oakland's. So I understand the 6.5 total. Rasmussen's been okay this year. Jeffers has been up and down. This is just not a game I got invested in. It would be a lean towards the under, probably a lean towards Tampa, but their line, you'd have to run line Tampa if anything. But I'm not getting involved in this game.
All right. Occupancy, Rays and Athletics. Any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Terry, I'm on the Tampa Bay Rays run line. I looked at a couple of the opportunities to get involved in this game, and Tampa Bay Rays plus 115 to win the ball game by 2 or more will be a part of my card tonight. If you take a look at the run line stats from this year, Mets, Dodgers, Yankees at the top there. And you got to scroll a little bit down to get to Tampa. Pretty far down, actually. But it's not a big deal because we all know what the Tampa Bats can do. And in this matchup, I think Tampa's a stronger team. So just want to try to capitalize on that. Yeah, but it should be a good ball game. I looked at weather. We got 7 mile per hour winds out, 12 out actually. So it's gone up a little bit. So I expect the ball to fly. I don't think the Oakland Athletics are a great baseball team this year. I think they started well, but I don't necessarily think they're gonna continue to be 500 ball club. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think they've been kind of other than the Twins, the Athletics have kind of been a surprise because trading away everybody. I thought they were going to be a dumpster fire and not a team that's actually played all right. So 12-mile winds blowing out, and the total 6.5 here. Is anybody else thinking what I'm thinking?
Under.
Nick? Rays and Athletics. What do you think here?
I like the Rays on the run line as well. The total's a 6.5 because the A's can't hit worth of anything. I do like Rasmussen a little bit in this matchup as well. So that's also, and I think there's a bullpen advantage with the Rays as well. I lean towards, if you want to get involved on and over here, take the Oakland Athletics completely out of the mix and just take the Rays team total, which is, let's take a look what that would be at this moment. Rays team total over 3.5 is -125. That is actually really intriguing for this matchup. And that's where I would lean in that one, because you did mention the win there. But yeah, I'm on the Rays run line in this game.
All right. And no last pitch today because we went over all the games. But I will give out my second parlay that I did not give out. But actually, there's not really any point because it's losing. Angels plus 1.5, which is currently losing. Toronto plus 1.5 and Seattle plus 1.5. But that does look like it is definitely in trouble. Tim, anything else you want to say about MLB today?
Nothing about MLB. Quick, just my plays for NBA. I like both dogs tonight. I think the Sixers cover, and I think Mavericks cover. I'm fading the injury report of Philadelphia because I know Joel Embiid's out. Everybody's going to see that and all swarm to the Heat, and I've seen that there's like 75-80% of the money all on the Heat. I'm going to go ahead and fade the injury report. I'm grabbing Philadelphia. And then I like Dallas tonight. I've liked Dallas the entire playoffs, and I'm probably going to ride them throughout this entire series. And as far as the playoffs go for them, so like both the underdogs tonight in terms of the NBA. And I lean towards both the unders, but both the dogs tonight.
And then I do have one thing to say. I know this is a baseball show, but I got an ESPN alert across my screen. So I'm going to read it out for everybody here. This is in the NFL. Cardinals Pro Bowl wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins is being suspended for 6 games for violating the NFL's PED policy. So the Cardinals will be without DeAndre Hopkins for the first 6 games of next season. Breaking news.
All right. Occupancy. Anything else in MLB you want to say?
No, I didn't get to any player props today. That's never a fun slate, and maybe I'll be able to get some before a couple of these 4 o'clock games. But no, it's just there's a lot to cap in terms of the teams and records and stuff like that. So I didn't get any yet. But I mean, did Arenado get a hit today? He's coming off his suspension.
I know Goldschmidt got a homer, but that was the only run.
Yeah. Goldschmidt had 2 hits there, and Carlson got 1, Donovan got 1, Arenado didn't. So good thing I didn't bet it. Anyway, no, I mean with regards to this slate, I don't want to offend anyone, but until Atlanta shows something from what they've been doing, I think they're close to an auto fade if you're just looking for action on a daily basis. I mean, Atlanta is not good right now. So I might take a piece of the Mets money line myself here. It looks too good right now. I don't like this Atlanta team right now. But we all know they're talented and they could break out, but they're not playing well. So I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So the 2 Mets fans say maybe stay away. The 2 non-Mets fans say bet on them. So do with that as you please. Speaking of, I guess, breaking news, Occupancy, his picks can now be found on the spreadsheet that I do for the show as well as my picks. So if you want to find his picks, you can find them now on that spreadsheet. There's a page that says Occupancy's picks, and they are there. So definitely check them out. Nick, anything else you want to say about the MLB slate?
Nope, that's it.
All right, perfect. We'll move along to best bets and best parlay pieces. I'll bring up the current standings here. We're all in the green and parlay pieces, which is awesome. Occupancy, you're leading dog of the day. Tim, you're leading over under. I currently have a nice lead in best bets. Hoping to keep that going
Rigged.
today. Obviously, it's not rigged, but it is a pretty substantial lead. But hey, it's early on in the baseball season.
It's early. It's early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting my numbers all solidified now, so we're gonna get better.
Awesome. Dog of the day today. I found Toronto at plus 100 on Bet365. So I will be taking the Toronto Blue Jays as my dog. And then Nick, Occupancy, Tim, and Nathan all went with the Mariners. So all four of them are on the Mariners as their dog of the day. Best of luck, guys. Over or under? None for me again today. It's weird if there was a show yesterday, I would have had it because I had an over 8 in the Baltimore-Boston game. And it was in rain delay. It was 3-1. And I'm thinking, okay, like they're probably going to call the game. I probably lost. And then I look a little bit later and it's like 9-4 or whatever. I can't remember the exact score, but it went over. So that was awesome. But today, nothing for me. Nick, you're going Seattle, Houston over 8.5. Nathan went Seattle, Houston first 5 over 4.5. And Occupancy, you went Tampa Bay, Oakland over 6.5.
Yeah, I can't see it any other way.
Yeah, I'm tempted on that one as well, but because I haven't bet it and I'm not sure if I'm going to bet it or not, I'm not going to put it down. But that's just for me. Tim, you didn't put down a total. Is
Nope.
there a total you like?
Nope.
All right. Best bets, best parlay pieces. Looking to keep things going here. And I'm going to take Miami first 5 run line -0.5 at plus 100. And my parlay piece is Springer to get a hit. Nick, you're taking the Yankees team total over 4. And the Tampa Bay Rays money line is your parlay piece. Occupancy, you're taking Seattle money line as your best bet.
Yep.
Seattle plus 1.5 as your parlay piece. Tim, you're taking Minnesota run line as your best bet. Minnesota plus 1.5 as your parlay piece. And Nathan is going no run first inning parlay. He's taking Atlanta and the Mets, no run first inning, and Arizona, Miami, no run first inning, plus 150. But I like both of those actually, so that's pretty good. Looks pretty good. And for parlay piece, Minnesota team total over 0.5 in the first 5 for Nathan. Bryant wasn't able to join us today or give his picks, but he will be back. He should be back tomorrow. Good show. Thanks, Jax. That is it. That is the MLB show. 19 minutes. We will be back for the hockey playoff show, which should be an interesting show. Go Wild. That's all I'll say. But we'll definitely see you in about 20 minutes here for another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Best luck tonight, guys. Have a good one.